What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. This is the Heartletics podcast, and if you guys are watching this on YouTube, welcome back. This is the Heartletics YouTube channel, and today's episode, we're going to be talking about one of the best topics that, hands down, I truly love talking about, and that is Chinese bamboo. As weird as this sounds, I love talking about this because the story behind Chinese bamboo is so inspirational, and hands down, we're going to tie this into, obviously, fat loss. This is a fat loss podcast motivation. This is a fat loss motivational YouTube channel. That's what Heartletics is. Like, honestly, if I had to describe Heartletics, it's how do we give you the tools to man up? How do we give you the tools to level up? How do we give you the tools to become the best version of yourself? And that does not mean just physically, through meal plans, through workouts, but it means mentally, it means emotionally, and it means spiritually as well. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about Chinese bamboo. Let me give you guys some fun facts, right? Because when we tie this into how it relates to health and fitness and nutrition and fat loss, if anything, you guys should be pumped up. You guys should be just, ready to rock and roll, baby. Ready to tackle on those goals once and for all. Here's the fun facts about Chinese bamboo. Chinese bamboo is one of the strongest, hardest, most durable materials in this world. Plain and simple. But did you guys know that it takes 5 years for Chinese bamboo to grow? In fact, the first 4 years, nothing actually happens at all. Like, seriously, like nothing. Like, we're talking the sprout that's in the ground, the little seed, right? The seed, it doesn't even sprout, right? The seed that's in the ground, it does not even sprout. For 4 years, 4 years, nothing happens. Plain and simple. But here's the thing, right? Here's the light at the end of the tunnel. And this is what you guys need to understand on your health and fitness journey. You guys are trying to lose body fat, right? Some weeks you're winning, some weeks you're not. Some weeks everything's great, some weeks it's very discouraging. You can't give up. How many years have you been constantly giving up? How many years have you been trying something and then eventually just give up because you're not seeing results? At the end of the day, it takes 5 years for Chinese bamboo to grow. The first 4 years, that seed doesn't even sprout. But now here's the thing. Here's why Chinese bamboo is so inspirational to me, to my clients, to anybody that listens to this story, where they feel inspired, they feel motivated afterwards. It's because, check this out. Years 1 through 4, nothing happens to that seed. Not even, right, doesn't sprout, nothing. But here's what happens when you have patience and when you have faith and perseverance, all the things that we teach our guys inside the Heartletics coaching program. Year 5, baby, that is where that seed begins to start to sprout. And actually, it grows 90 feet in just 6 weeks. Literally, the people that farm these Chinese bamboo, they could see it growing before their eyes. Like, how cool is that? It takes 5 years before this thing can grow, and then next thing you know, it's growing before your eyes. But on top of that, think about it. It becomes one of the most hardest, strongest, most durable materials in all of the planet. First 4 years, nothing. 5 years, becomes a beast. How long are you going to continue to fall and give up on your health and fitness goals? How long are you going to continue to make up excuses? I get it, right? It's tough. You're not seeing the results that you're looking for. And it just depends, like, which vehicle that you want to take to your own health and fitness journey, right? Like, do you want to take a private jet that's going to give you complimentary service and a world-class experience? Awesome. Come join Heartletics. But if you want to just, take a crappy Uber or maybe just, walk yourself or whatever the case may be, you never know what kind of terrain might be, right? You don't know how that vehicle, how that journey might set apart and be. You might be dealing with a lot of adversity. Nobody's in your corner helping you. Maybe you're walking on this journey and you don't have a roadmap or a GPS showing you how to get from point A to point B. It could be discouraging. It could be difficult. You might think you're doing all the right things, and you're really not. And now vice versa. You might actually be doing all the right things and still not seeing results. But just like that Chinese bamboo, you gotta have faith. You gotta have trust. You gotta have perseverance. Because if you don't, guess what? You're gonna go back to your old ways. And who knows? Maybe you've already been doing that. Maybe the past year, 5 years, 10 years, I don't know. But maybe you've already been constantly giving up. You think those farmers that's out there putting the seeds right inside the soil into the ground, you think after a week, like they go out to the soil, they go out to the ground and they like dig up, the Chinese bamboo, just to see like, oh, did it sprout? Like, no. But guess what? They're still putting in the work. They're still watering it, right? They're still making sure it's protected, the environment, plenty of sunlight. They're doing the things. They're farming it because they know for a fact it is the long game, not the short game, the long game. And that is the mindset that you need to have. Plain and simple, within your health and fitness journey. You want to lose body fat? Awesome. Play the long game. Stop doing the quick fixes, right? That's going to help you get in shape now, but eventually help you regain all the weight right back when you fall off the wagon. Things that are not sustainable at all. Focus on what best suits your lifestyle, right? It's great to have goals, but understand this. Whether you're walking, working out, eating healthy, drinking plenty of water, getting plenty of sleeps, right? The essentials, right? To living a healthier lifestyle. Some weeks you're going to see great results. Some weeks you're not. You need to understand this. What is the best version of yourself that's 10 years down the road? Are they going to be happy with the decisions that you make by constantly giving up on your health and fitness goals and throwing in the towel? Or do you think the best version of yourself that's 10 years down the road is going to be more motivated and more inspired to just have a conversation with you and just say, hey, listen, dude, don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Don't go back to your old ways. Because this is who you can become. The person with more energy, the person with a better body, the person with a sharper mindset, this is who you can become as long as you don't give up. But you got to play the long game. It's not week over week, right? It's daily habits lead to success. Daily habits lead to success. My question to you is like, what are the habits? Are you, focused on doing the right things? And not only that, are these habits just physically? We talk about this all the time in a Heartletics coaching program that the 4 pillars of success is not just physical, but it's also who you are mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as well. Think about you building up the best version of yourself as a castle, right? As a temple, as a fortress. But if you're only focusing on changing who you are physically, not emotionally, not mentally, and not spiritually, guess what? Those 4 pillars of success are going to be uneven. That temple, that castle that you have is eventually going to tilt and crumble. Can we make a promise to ourselves, starting here, by either watching this YouTube video or listening to this podcast? We're not going to do that anymore. Like, let's face the facts here. If your son is playing, let's say, baseball, and he continues to strike out, are you just going to eventually, have him stop playing baseball? And say, oh, Johnny, you're probably not good at this. You keep on striking out. Let's not play anymore, right? Let's get you involved in soccer. It's no. Think about the conversation that you're going to have with your son. Hey, it's okay. You struck out. It's all right. Let's go get some ice cream. But, tomorrow, let's make sure we practice on that. This is how you get better. Practice. 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 And some of the practices that you guys are applying, I hate to say it, but it's not the best things for you. Now, at the end of the day, I don't know who's listening to this podcast, who's watching this YouTube video, but I know the guys that come to us for coaching because they had enough. The past 5, 10, 15, 20 years, they've been struggling with their health and fitness goals. They understand that, hey, I've tried cutting out carbs before in the past, not too sustainable. I've tried intermittent fasting, not really sustainable. I've tried, spending hours in the gym or constantly running, not too sustainable. They come to us because they want that private jet that's going to help them from point A to point B in the smoothest, duration of time, help them with their goals, but also help them level up mentally, emotionally, spiritually, as well as physically. So I challenge you, right? What are your habits? And first off, let's not even talk about just the physical, habits, the health habits, the easy things like drinking plenty of water, going for a walk, right? Working out, being active. Let's talk about your mental habits. Once again, Johnny's striking out in all his baseball games. We're probably not going to pull him out of the game, right? Or pull him out of, playing baseball for the rest of his life, right? No. We're going to practice with him. We're going to make sure his swing is better. We're going to make sure he's knowing how to, hit that ball correctly so he can eventually see, the results that he's looking for to play in that game. Why don't we start building some better habits within you? Mentally. Not just physically, but mentally. So I question you, what is your mental diet? Have you ever heard that before? A mental diet? Don't just think just eating clean, eating healthy, exercising is good for you physically. It's also great for you mentally. But understand this. What are the words that you're telling yourself? You wouldn't tell your son he sucks at baseball. So why are you telling yourself that, you hate looking at yourself in the mirror? That you suck when it comes to life? You have a crappy job. Whatever negativity that you want to continue to say to yourself, why? What's the point? At the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that the world that we live in, it's all energetic, right? And you know what they say, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe. Well, there's a lot of truth to that because your vibration is your energy. And this world is energy, plain and simple. So how are you starting off the day? Are you motivated? Are you ambitious? Do you walk to the bathroom and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm going to make today the best day of my life? Or do you, walk and you look yourself in the mirror and just point out your flaws? Point out the dad bod, point out the man boobs that you have, right? Point out all the flaws, rush around to get out the door for work, come home, sit on the couch, watch Netflix, have whatever the wife makes for dinner, and history repeats itself day in and day out. What are your mental habits, right? What is your mental diet? Once again, and I'm not trying to say, Heartletics is the best coaching program in the world, but it really is because we focus on those 4 pillars: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. What are your mental habits? What is your mental diet like? Are you focusing on your mindset? Are you focusing on affirmations? Are you focusing on your goals? Are you focusing on a morning routine or a nighttime routine? It might sound woo-woo to some, but at the end of the day, gosh, man, I can give you a whole laundry list of 500 plus crazy transformations, right? Guys that got off their blood pressure meds, guys that got off their cholesterol meds, guys that reversed their type 2 diabetes, guys that quit their job and became just phenomenal, living life with passion, not accepting, right, for anything less, taking ownership of their life and found their passion in life. I can give you all these examples. Go to Heartletics, check them out yourself. Listen to the testimonial videos of them actually telling you about how they transformed their lives, not me. But at the end of the day, you need to understand this, okay? You need to learn how to level up on all 4 pillars. You need to understand how to change and shift your mindset before your physical body can even change. Because at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, right? You're going to reach a plateau. You're going to reach a breaking point. Either what you're doing is not sustainable or either what you're doing is eventually going to give you, results that plateau. Or you stop seeing those results. And then eventually you fall off the wagon. But guess what? If you're working on your mental diet, you're working on your, emotions, you're working on your morning routine, you're working on who do you become as the best version of yourself mentally, that's going to help you overcome a lot because now it has your mindset shifted to the long game, not the short game. What's the point of having six-pack abs for a day? What's the point of losing 30 pounds if you're going to regain it all back in the next 30 days? What's the point? Honestly, you're just spinning your wheels and it's horrible for the body to do that. Gain the weight, regain the weight, lose the weight, gain the weight, lose the weight, gain weight. This yo-yo effect year after year. You need to take control. You need to take ownership. You need to take control of your life and understand, hey, enough is enough. I'm going to continue to push through. But here's the thing. You got to be there mentally before your body can change and transform physically. If you're not working on your mindset, right? It's very easy for the farmer to dig up the soil and say, oh, didn't sprout yet? Okay. It's done, right? Let's just take this one out, replace it with another one. But if you're working on your mindset, you understand that the long-term success, the long-term habits is why we're doing this today. Why we're focusing on this today. Because 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, that's going to help you become the best version of yourself. From your actions today. That way, guess what? You have that patience, you have that perseverance, you have that faith, and you understand that, hey, some weeks you're going to see great results. Other weeks, you're not. But guess what? You're not going to give up. You're not going to go back to your old ways. And that 5-year, just like the Chinese bamboo, sprouts, right? 90 feet in 6 weeks, you can see it growing before your eyes. Guess what? During around that time, when you continue to push through, right, and nonstop with, being consistent with your health and fitness goals, that's when other people are going to start noticing a difference with you. That's when you are going to notice a difference within yourself. The question is, how long are you going to continue to give up on your goals? How long are you going to continue to give up on yourself? How long are you going to continue to not have patience, not have faith, not have trust? I hate to say this because it's kind of negative, but at the end of the day, I'm not smart, right? Like literally, I went to college and everything like that. Yeah, I got some awesome certifications with nutrition and training and everything like that, but I'm not smart. I don't want you to firmly believe I am the smartest nutritionist or smartest trainer. I'm not. But you know what I am that I take full ownership of? I'm not someone that's going to give up. I'm not someone that's going to throw in the towel. As weird as it sounds, I'm too dumb to give up. And that's how you need to be with your health and fitness goals. You don't need to go to the gym to work out, right? You don't need to spend all this fancy money on organic supplies or organic food and whatnot and have, the best set schedule for you to have a morning routine and make it to the gym and prioritize. You don't need any of that. That's all fluff. You need to be dedicated. You need to be committed. You need to be too dumb to throw in the white towel. You can't give up. At the end of the day, I'm sure on this podcast or YouTube platform, I'll give you the background between Heartletics and myself and how this whole thing started. But going on business for, well over 6 years now, guess what? Years 1 and years 2, I lost a lot of money. A lot of money. And if you look up any business, right? No one's profitable for the first 3 years. 100% truth. 100% truth. Because it didn't take year 3 before I actually hit the plateau or the baseline. I didn't make it. I didn't lose it, right? I was basically plateau, right? Even, which was a great feeling for me because the first year and the second year, I lost a lot of money. But guess what? That's not a loss. That was all a learning experience. What worked, what didn't work, how to change, what kind of pivots and adjustments to make. And not only that, I hate to be, just being completely honest with you guys. I just eventually invested into a business coach that taught me, right, how to run a profitable, how to run a successful, thriving coaching business, right? Someone that taught me how to go out there and find leads, not wait for them to come. Someone that taught me marketing, someone that taught me on how to do these things. So guess what? I don't have to continue wasting my time, trial and error, what working, what doesn't work, whatever the case may be. That was one of the best investments in my life, hands down. Because guess what? Like, I'm my own boss. I live the life that I want. I can do whatever I want. I transform hundreds of people's lives. This is what I want. Like, this is my dream job. And that initial investment, right, of paying like $10,000 for a coaching service, guess what? Yeah, it was a lot of money at the time. Money that I did not have. But I understand the reality that, at the end of the day, everybody's life is just an hourglass tipped upside down. We're in full control over how fast or how slow we want that sand to get down to the bottom. I wanted to make my time back. I wanted to not stumble through this trial and error, right? Year after year after year. Year 3 was the breaking point. I'm like, I'm investing. $10,000, awesome. I've seen this coach help out all these other fitness coaches. I'm going to invest in this guy. And sure enough, he changed my life. One decision can change somebody's life. What's the one decision that you need to make to change your life? Is that support? Is that accountability? Is that somebody helping you? Is that someone giving you the inspiration and motivation to just say, stop giving up on your goals? Stop throwing in the white towel. Stop quitting on your dreams. At the end of the day, if somebody can do it, you can do it too. It's possible. But maybe you just don't see it being possible for yourself. And that's an issue. And that's why, just like the Chinese bamboo, you got to have patience. You got to have faith. You got to have perseverance. You need it. You need it. You need to be able to see, right, the results before the results even come. And that, guess what? That's where it all starts from, that transformation. Who you are mentally before you can transform physically. I'm telling you, that's the secret. Like, if anybody wants to know the secret success with Heartletics, transform somebody's life mentally. Give them permission to be the best version of themselves. Help them overcome those self-limiting doubts about themselves, those self-limiting beliefs. And I promise you, they're going to have one of the best transformations ever, and they're going to tell your friends and family all about you. That's it. That's what we focus on at Heartletics. So at the end of the day, guys, right, let's recap this Chinese bamboo. It grows in 5 years. Years 1 through 4, the little, seed doesn't even sprout. But then year 5 comes rolling around. This thing sprouts. This thing starts to grow. So quick, right? 90 feet in 6 weeks, where the farmers are actually physically seeing it grow. What does that mean? Don't give up. Continue to push through. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Question is, are you on this path? Are you in this tunnel all by yourself? Or is there like other guys helping you? Shining the headlights, shining the flashlights, like making sure that we're on the right direction. That way we're not stumbling, we're not falling inside this dark tunnel all by ourselves anymore. Take it what it is. Take it for what it is. You are one decision away from changing your life for the better. If you guys want more information on that, how to do that successfully, and maybe with Heartletics, awesome. Go to heartletics.com, right? We got a free fat loss guide. I'm sure you'll love it. If you guys are watching on this YouTube, you can actually click on the link down below, download the free fat loss guide, schedule a call with me, whatever you want to do, right? Take it how it is. Like, at the end of the day, if you're watching this video, you need help for a reason. You're struggling. You're not where you want to be at in life. And guess what? It doesn't have to be hard, right? It just, usually the hardest thing, and Coach Jimmy, who is a bus driver, he lost 75 pounds in 12 weeks in our program. He'll tell anybody this. The hardest decision was just getting started. Maybe you just need to make a commitment to yourself to just get started. Guys, I really hope you guys got some value from today's episode. If you did, please, please, please make sure that you share it on your social media. Share it with a friend. Somebody that might need to hear, just like at the end of the day, just don't give up. Whether it's health and fitness related or whatever, career related, just don't give up. Just like Chinese bamboo, you got to have faith. You got to have, patience, perseverance, and you will eventually see the results you're looking for. Once again, if you guys happen to like this, share with a friend, share it on social media. Thank you for tuning in today's podcast episode. This has been the Heartletics podcast, and also on YouTube. This has been the Heartletics YouTube channel. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys are watching this on YouTube. What are your guys' thoughts? What are your guys' feedback? Did you happen to like this style? Do you happen to like the new, podcast mixed in with the YouTube videos to where it's the audio and the visual as well? Let me know your guys' thoughts. Don't be afraid to subscribe as well. Definitely helps, Heartletics and the business and the channel grow itself. And, my pathway, my mission in life is to help out 1 million people. I want to change 1 million lives. And you never know, right? Sometimes you just sharing this video or sharing this podcast can help, change people's lives as well. So with that being said, I will talk to you guys in the next episode. As always, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com. We'll talk next time. Peace out, Girl Scout.